Once upon a time, in a quaint seaside town nestled between rolling hills and the azure expanse of the ocean, there lived a young woman named Anna. Anna was an artist whose soul yearned for tranquility and whose brush danced gracefully across canvases, breathing life into the landscapes that surrounded her. Her art was her solace, her connection to the world, and her heart ached for a place where she could find both. One day, driven by an insatiable wanderlust, Anna decided to leave behind the bustling city where gray concrete met sullen skies and ventured into the unknown. As she journeyed, she carried with her only two possessions: a worn leather suitcase filled with her earthly belongings and a heart brimming with dreams. Meanwhile, in the very same coastal town, there existed a man named Luke, a man deeply entwined with the rhythm of the sea. Luke, a marine biologist, had dedicated his life to unraveling the ocean's mysteries. His days were spent charting the depths, and his nights were filled with the whispers of the tides. Born and raised in this seaside haven, Luke had an intimate connection with the town, but his heart harbored a secret, a longing for adventures beyond the horizon. Years passed, and Luke embarked on expeditions across the globe, exploring vibrant coral reefs and encountering creatures of the deep. Yet a part of him always yearned for the familiar shores of home. And so it was that both Anna and Luke, each carrying their own stories and dreams, found themselves drawn to the very same coastal town. Anna arrived with a heart full of hope and a canvas ready to capture the town's beauty. Luke returned with a wealth of knowledge and a yearning for solace. The town, with its cobblestone streets and salty air, welcomed them both, unaware that it would become the backdrop of a love story that was just beginning. As days turned into weeks, Anna explored the town, discovering hidden pathways and secluded coves. Her easel became a familiar sight along the shore as she sought to immortalize the sea as ever-changing moods on her canvases. In one such secluded cove, she often went to find inspiration. She stumbled upon a weathered cottage adorned with climbing vines and surrounded by a riot of flowers. The cottage stood as if inviting her to rest, and Anna couldn't resist its charm. Unbeknownst to her, this very cottage was where Luke had retreated whenever he needed solace from his explorations. The cottage, with its creaky floorboards and shelves laden with books on marine biology, was a testament to Luke's passion for the sea. One day, as Anna was painting the rugged cliffs overlooking the sea, she noticed a pair of worn hiking boots on the path below. Curiosity sparked, she decided to investigate. As she descended the path, she spotted a man engrossed in examining something in the shallows. The man, with his hair tousled by the wind and his eyes fixed on the water, seemed so absorbed in his task that he hadn't noticed her. With a gentle smile playing on her lips, Anna called out to him, breaking the spell of his concentration. The man turned, revealing a face etched with the salt-kissed tan of someone who spent more time at sea than on land. His eyes, the color of the deep ocean on a stormy day, held a depth that intrigued her. "I couldn't help but notice your boots," Anna said, gesturing towards the path. "Are they yours?" The man, realizing his lapse in focus, chuckled sheepishly. "Indeed they are," he replied. "I got so engrossed in my research that I lost track of everything else." He paused, his gaze shifting to the colorful array of paints scattered on her easel. "You're an artist, aren't you?" he asked. "Yes," Anna responded with a smile. "And you are?" "A marine biologist," he said, extending a hand. "Luke." "Anna," she replied, taking his hand, feeling a warmth spread through her that had nothing to do with the sun. From that day forward, their paths continued to converge, their meetings becoming a delightful regularity. They explored hidden coves, seeking solace in each other's company. Anna marveled at Luke's intimate knowledge of the coast, while Luke was captivated by Anna's ability to find beauty in the simplest of landscapes. They discovered a shared passion for the sea, and Luke began to introduce Anna to the wonders that lay beneath its surface. Hand in hand, they strolled along the shore, their laughter echoing in the salty breeze as they waded into the shallow waters. Anna, feeling the cool waves envelop her feet, turned to Luke, her eyes sparkling with delight. "It's like the sea itself is smiling at us today," she exclaimed. Luke, gazing at Anna, couldn't help but agree. "It certainly seems that way," he said, a smile gracing his lips. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the sand, they decided to return. Walking side by side, their steps echoing the rhythm of the waves, they reached Anna's cottage, its windows glowing with the warmth of the setting sun. Standing at the threshold, Anna turned to Luke, her heart filled with emotion. "Thank you for showing me this place," she whispered, her voice echoing the gentle lapping of the waves against the shore. "It's like the sea itself wanted us to find it." Luke, his gaze fixed on Anna, reached out, tucking a stray strand of hair behind her ear. In that moment, surrounded by the fading light and the scent of the sea, something shifted between them. The boundaries blurred and their hands intertwined as if guided by an invisible force. As the days turned into weeks, their bond deepened, nurtured by shared laughter, quiet moments of introspection, and a love for the sea that united them. The salty tang of the ocean spray mingled with the sweet scent of blooming honeysuckle, creating a symphony of aromas that became synonymous with their love story. Under the star-studded canopy, Luke and Anna pledged to love and cherish each other, promising to navigate the unpredictable seas of life together. With the vast ocean as their witness and the stars as their guide, they embarked on their journey as a couple, their love story just beginning. In the quiet solitude of her cottage, surrounded by the remnants of a day well spent, Anna found herself lost in thought. Her gaze drifted to the window, where the setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and purple. Memories of the day, of shared laughter and stolen glances, played like a cherished film reel in her mind. She thought back to their first meeting at the cove, how their paths had crossed so unexpectedly, and how a simple act of curiosity had blossomed into something so profound. Anna smiled, a warmth spreading through her that had nothing to do with the fading sunlight. Luke's easy charm, his passion for the sea, and the genuine kindness in his eyes had captured her heart. As the evening deepened, Anna couldn't shake off a growing sense of foreboding. A strange unease had settled in her heart, making it feel heavy and out of place. She tried to dismiss it as a figment of her imagination, but the feeling persisted, growing stronger with each passing moment. Determined to shake off this sudden wave of negativity, Anna decided to take a walk along the shore. The familiar sound of crashing waves and the salty tang of the sea breeze did little to ease the turmoil within her. The vast expanse of the night sky, usually a source of wonder, seemed to mock her with its indifference. As she walked, her thoughts drifted to Luke, wondering if he, too, felt this inexplicable pull of unease. The prospect of seeing him brought a flicker of comfort, a beacon in the darkness of her uncertainty. When Anna arrived at Luke's cottage, the soft glow of lamplight spilled onto the porch, beckoning her inside. The sight that greeted her upon entering was like a balm to her troubled spirit. There he was, Luke, seated at his desk, his brow furrowed in concentration as he worked on one of his research projects. Relief washed over her as she took in the sight, realizing that whatever shadows had been plaguing her were not present in his serene countenance. A smile touched her lips as she stepped closer, watching him in silent admiration. The faint glow of the lamplight danced in his hair, casting intriguing shadows that accentuated the strong lines of his face. Anna cleared her throat softly, drawing Luke's attention away from his work. The surprise and delight evident in his eyes as he turned to greet her were mirrored in her own heart. "Anna," he exclaimed, rising from his desk to pull her into a warm embrace. "What brings you here on such a dark night?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. In that moment, surrounded by the familiar scent of old books and the soft glow of the lamp, Anna realized that this place, this moment, was where she belonged.